Now, I know actually one of the big challenges for us in training is training via distance, whether it's actually practical or not, but definitely the technology and cost and various things are pushing us that way. And I know that you actually coach a great deal by distance. So how does that actually work? And are there any sort of special tools that you use because of, for example, email, that make the coaching job work effectively for you?
Yeah. Email is just magic. Gosh, where were we ever without it? My goodness. Skype is a fabulous tool. I coach. Actually, I'd probably say 99% now I coach on Skype. A, it's free. B, it's easy. And, nearly everybody have it. There is occasions when I would use the phone, but not very often. So as far as using the internet, Skyping is absolutely fantastic because it also enables me to work with clients on the other side of the world. So, and I have a lot of clients that are on the other side of the world. The other various tools that I suppose I use is the tools that I have in my library inside my computer, and they can be anything from the form that I was talking about before to a ton of other forms that focus specifically on health and fitness, or specifically on career, or specifically on another part of our lives. So I have a ton of tools inside my computer that I can easily marry up to the client and their needs right in the moment. So I'll email those. Videos that I think are applicable or will be helpful to the client because of whatever it is they're going through at the moment. Anything, Esther and Jerry Hicks springs to my mind. They have absolutely awesome videos on, the law of attraction and turning things around and being in your vortex and being in your power. So that kind of thing I think is really good. And just whatever is relevant to the client now. And a funny thing always happens, well, I shouldn't say always, but a funny thing generally happens, and that is I'll coach a client in the morning, and that morning or that afternoon something will drop in my inbox that is perfect for that client, so thank you, universe. So yeah, I really couldn't be without the internet.
Yeah, I know that's obviously great because we're using it now.
Exactly.
Because I didn't mention anything before, but Debbie's in Queensland and I'm obviously in New South Wales, so it would be very difficult to do this interview without it.
Absolutely.
I was going to mention actually there, since you did say that you use Skype, I know for some of my listeners that's probably something they haven't used, and I know that later, somewhere down the track, I'm going to do one of my usual sort of sessions on how to use Skype and how to set it up, because until this morning I've never used it, and now I'm actually talking on it and recording an interview. So all the trainers out there, you can definitely use that. Okay, let's see. Advantages and disadvantages in distance coaching, though. Like, for example, would you prefer to be in front of that person? I know in training I generally do, but that's probably a personal thing. But so do you see any sort of advantages or disadvantages in distance coaching?
Yeah. There's no disadvantages at all. And I suppose purely just going on what I've been talking about with Skype. And, the power of coaching over the phone or over Skype is really amazing. And I know it's probably very hard for people who have, never thought about that before. But it's about, I come from the place of, it's about what isn't being said, and that's a really wonderful and powerful place to come from as a coach. You just hear so much. And the really great thing about coaching via, the computer or the phone is that all I have to do as a coach is just listen and listen and listen and be with that person, and you can get really connected with just the voice. And it's enormously powerful. And most coaching is done via the phone or via Skype. Having said that, I also coach face to face, and I do that because the client wants to, not because I want to, because I believe that coaching via the phone is very good. But the client just is really uncomfortable with the phone and really wants to see the person, in the flesh, so to speak. And that's also very powerful as well. So I do both. I have an enormous preference, over the phone though.
Okay, good. Now, I guess it just reminded me, I sent out a blog post the other day on having a bad training day, where, I don't know, you find some individuals who, whether it's their choice or not, just don't want to be trained or are very resistant or reluctant or want to be a fool or whatever. And sometimes I think you just have to let them go. In other words, if you can't persist in a training session, then you do just have to sort of let them go by or ignore them. Can everyone be coached? Do you think everyone has the possibility to be coached?
Yeah. Deep down inside, yes. It's interesting listening to you talk about, some who just don't want to be trained. And I have been in a situation, it was quite a few years ago, when the company was paying for the person to be coached. And sometimes that it happens that because the person isn't paying the money out of their own pocket, they're not seeing the value in it. So I was finding a little bit, not a lot, but that the client wasn't really seeing the value in it. And so they weren't doing the home play. They weren't doing the work. They weren't ready to do the work. So only in that situation, I would say it's a choice they've made. They're not getting it. They're not understanding it. So therefore, they're choosing in that moment to not be coachable, only because of their efforts that they're not putting in. Nothing to do with me. But I would say that, if someone wants to change their life direction, if they want to have more in their life, whatever that looks like, if they want to be more than they're being right now, whatever that looks like for a person, if they want to prosper and they want to grow, yes, absolutely, 100% anyone can be coached, and it's those people that I call the people who are awake that I like to work with.
Okay, so you probably answered my last question, was who would benefit most from coaching, and your answer is probably going to be everyone.
Yeah, and that's right, and it just absolutely builds on what I've already said. So, anyone, if they decide that they want something different in their situation, then, yep, they can definitely be coached and they can move forward. It's simply a choice. It's really, really simply a choice. Are you awake enough to look at your life and go, what is it that I want different, So, I'd love to invite anybody who is interested in making a shift with themselves or moving to another level, to give coaching a go, because it's life-changing, it's empowering, it's challenging, and you can give what you want to give and get what you want to get, So the biggest thing to remember is that, you're only put on this planet once. So are you doing what you want to do with your life right now? And if you're not, then give a coach a call.
Okay, so it might be a good time for you to remind us again of your website details, so that, and I will put that up on the screen, but if you just want to say it again, and just so people can contact you if they've been inspired through this session.
Yeah, and even if they just want to learn a little bit more about coaching, and they might even want to become a coach, you just don't know. So you can have a little look. It's always improving, and it's going to change very soon, but that's the look of it, not the address, but it's all the W's, DebbieHogg.com. And, if you want to work with me for a little tiny bit of time, feel free.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for your time this morning, and hopefully the coach of the year 2010, it's going to be a good year for you, a great year, as you would say.
Absolutely, it will be awesome.
And I look forward to talking to you in the future.
Thank you very much. It was nice to connect. And, have a great day.
Okay then. Thanks, Debbie.
Cheers.